Okay, welcome back, and we are going to move forward. We're doing section F in our 8x8 mini album using Sicilia or Sicily. I always forget if it's Sicilia or Sicily collection by Ciao. Let me just have a look because I do want to say the correct name. Sicilia. It is Sicilia. Okay. Okay. By the way, I do carry Ciao in my Etsy store and on my regular website. I would appreciate if you can stop by and purchase it from me if you would like to also do this album. If you do purchase it, this tutorial will be for free, obviously. So that would be great. Okay, let's see what we're doing with this section. I changed it a bit from the original plan. I changed it several times. Okay, so we have several flaps. This is the middle one. And this is, okay, the middle one will have two flat pockets. And then I have a top flap. And I have another flap here. And this will be a right flap. Okay, so this is the plan for this one. First, let me give you the measurements. This is the base, and the base for F1 is 9x8, scored twice on the 9 side to have an 8x8 size page. And then we have a flap that is 8.5, scored half an inch on this side, on the 8.5 side, by 7 7/8. So this is a little shorter, a smidgen shorter than 8, because I'm going to have a top flap over here. So I didn't want this to be all the way to the edge. I wanted it to have to be a little bit further down. So this is my side flap. I didn't score yet. And this is, the right flap is F2. And I think I'm gonna do it to the right and not to the left. I kept changing my mind here. Right? I think, I keep changing my mind again. I don't know. Let me just think of it a second. No, it is a left flap. I apologize. A left flap, not a right flap. It is going to be a left flap. Yes. Okay. So this flap will open this way. And then I have another flap that will be attached to the F2, to the top flap here, and will also open. This one will open that way, will open to the right. Okay. Okay, so this flap is F3, is 7 7/8 by 6.5. So it's 7 7/8 to match F2, and then it's 6.5, scored half an inch on the 6.5 side. So it'll be 7 by the time we score it. So I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna go ahead and put the flaps down, and then we'll put the regular pattern paper on. And I think that would be the best thing for this particular album. Okay. So we have the base page is 9 by 8. It's score their flaps. I have a left flap, a right flap, and a top flap. Okay, so this is my left flap. This is my top flap. That is 8 by 4.5. And this is the right flap. I'm score it on the 6-inch side. Here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and apply the tape. Just gonna cut this here. I have a little excess glue there. All right. And oh, I need to score this. So this is my left one. I'm going to have my 2 wings on the right and on the left. And this I'm applying on the bottom, leaving a 1/16 of an inch or so on the left side of the page. And it is completely crooked. Huh. Why, oh why is it crooked? Because it is completely flush here. which means my score line was crooked. All right, guys, I'm not gonna move forward with a crooked page. I'm gonna redo it. And it happens. Okay. It'll take 2 seconds and 2 new pages. That's my 9 by 8. It's going to be my 7 by 6.5. No, I'm looking at section E. I don't want section E, I want section F. Okay, section F, my measurements. Okay. Put section E with section E. I need these little notes. So when I write the measurements. Okay. So 7 7/8 by 8.5. You know what I think it is? I really think that they're cutting the paper crooked. Either that or I'm blind. Okay, here we go. This is good. Giving it a little bit more than ½ inch. My score tool is like plastic, and it's not as blunt as it used to be. Okay. Should really grab my other one. I do have another one. I'm just too lazy to go get it. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay. I think I might even want to shorten this side a little bit. I mean, it's not all the way, but nah, I'm gonna leave it. It's like the last page, so it should be okay. Okay. this will be on the top. Okay. Okay, so I have a top flap, right one opens this way, and then the whole thing opens to the left. Okay, and let's put a magnet here before we forget. A little too close to my liking. Let's see where it lands. It's okay. I would like to be more on the bottom. Maybe we'll have another one. And that will be really good. Okay, so this opens this way. That keeps all the pages magnetized. Okay. Okay, next is this page. I have this on top and this on the bottom. Yeah, no, vice versa. This one here. This one on the bottom. So this is top flap, F6 is 8 by 4.5, and I scored 1/2 inch on the 8 side. And the designer or pattern paper for F6 is, let me just put glue, 7 1/4 by 4 1/4. And we need 2 of them. So I opted for 1 pattern paper and 1 solid cardstock. And you want to make sure that your magnet is covered on all three sides. Okay. Number 2. So here I have a pocket. I have a pocket on the other side as well. And this pocket is just a little too wide, I think. But, that's okay. And here I have a flat pocket. And this flat pocket is 2 3/8 by 7 7/8. But the 2 3/8 part, you can play around with that. Depends on what pattern you're putting over here. You know, so whatever distance or whatever combination of 2 you would like to do, it's fine. You know, at this point, at the end of the album, I just picked whatever I had cut pieces, and that's how I determined the cuts for this page. So as long as it covers it nicely, it's fine. Okay, and I chose this one for the pocket. So this piece is about 2 by 7 3/4. Okay. You can do it that way. It's strong enough. Okay. So for the reverse side, I chose solid cardstock in yellow. I like to put the bright colors, like this. The yellow is really, really bright. It looks nice. It picks up the yellow in the collection. But to do it just in one solid cardstock is a lot. That's why you'll see when wherever I put it, it's usually on the back side. So when you flip the page open, like, oh, yellow. Oh, very nice muted colors. Like, oh, wow, yellow. You, I like that element of putting the bright colors on the back. I debated whether or not to use the bright color, but I like it. I think it goes really nice with it. This one over here. Okay, lovely. I like it a lot. Okay, so there's a pocket there, and there's a pocket there, and there's a flap there to put photos. And now we're getting to these two. So I just have those 3 pieces, which I will add the blue here to tone down this yellow. And I'll put this yellow here again. And I'll put this pattern paper here. If it's too much for you, you can always add section you can add the squares in white cardstock, you know, the photo placement pieces. I'm leaving it like that because I'm going to add, wherever I have those cardstocks, I'm going to add embellishments, you know, cutouts and whatnot. You know, I might put a little tuck element. So, well, we're not going to leave it like that. We're going to do something else with that. Because remember, Ciao Bella's, we used the A4 pack that have a lot of cutouts and things to fussy cut on it, a lot. So, might as well utilize it. Okay, here we go. This one. All right, this page is finished. And I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. So I'll have it 2 separate videos and we'll come back, we'll do H. All right, and see you in a few.